So as you can see, to change the driver modes, it's this little dial here that you have to press, and each time you turn it right, it gets more aggressive in the driving mode. Each time you turn left, it gets less aggressive, and it starts in wet mode, the furthest. Then you have eco mode, and then you have track mode, it's touring mode. Then you have sport mode. As you can see, when I changed the sport mode, how the back was open, it got a little bit louder. The gauge cluster changes. And then you have track mode. And that certainly looks the coolest in track mode. So you have it. And every mode has its own unique skill and features. And wet, eco, and touring mode, the steering adjusts and it's more loose. It's more for a laid-back drive. In eco mode itself, you're going to get better gas mileage. The cylinders will deactivate. Go back and forth from being a 4-cylinder to an 8-cylinder. When you press the gas a little bit higher in revs, it'll switch back to an 8-cylinder. But if you just cruise on the highway, it'll stay in 4-cylinder mode and give you pretty good fuel economy. Wet mode is obviously for if it's raining, it's going to help give you more traction. It's going to boost up some of the traction control in the car, and just to make sure you don't spin out or anything like that, and give you a little bit of boosted traction driving in the rain or snow. Touring mode, I probably use eco and touring mode the most when I'm cruising. Touring mode is just going to, it's almost like eco mode as far as the feel and the handle of the car. Obviously, this car has magnetic shocks. It's the Grand Sport, so it has those magnetic shocks that where they adjust to the bumps and grooves in the road, so they adjust every millisecond, and those shocks will change based on which mode you're having as well. So eco and touring mode and wet mode is pretty much the same. The shocks are pretty loose. It's going to absorb a lot of bumps and give you a much smoother ride. And when you bump up to the next level, sport mode, it's going to actually stiffen the suspension and stiffen the steering. This is more for fun driving, performance driving, driving on curvy roads, driving, for recreational purposes or going on the track. Although it also has a track mode itself too. It has a track mode, which I would not recommend driving on the street in track mode unless you're a really good driver, because if you step on it, you can really lose your tail in track mode, because it turns off a lot of the traction control nannies in the car, and it's really made for a professional driver. And even some of the professional drivers don't actually drive this car in track mode on the track. I think even Randy Pope said when he was driving the Z06, he would rather keep it in sport mode. It's just a better feel as far as the steering. He thought the steering got a little bit too loose or too stiff in track mode. I really ever drive in track mode. The tachometer is cool in the track. And, each mode has a different tachometer as far as like the tach changing. When you put in each driving mode, the display will actually change based on that mode. And the track mode is probably one of the coolest looking gauges, and the sport mode is pretty cool as well. But yeah, I use eco and touring and sport, but probably eco the most, because when you're just cruising around, I'm not always racing in this thing. When you just cruise around the city, you're gonna get awesome, really good gas mileage for a car with this much power and capability. So those are a little bit overview of the 3 different driving modes, and all of them have a completely, a really different feel to it, as far as like from the touring to the sport to the track. You can definitely feel the suspension change and adjust, and it just adjusts really fast. As soon as you put in the mode, a little second there, boom, and it's in that different that mode, and everything's adjusted. So it's pretty good.